Throw down Zoe. Just so we try to level her up. Although I'm about to be putting into the deck a lot of cards which are gonna be the same. So Zoe might not appreciate that. But let's do it. Come on, show me that animation. So firstly we get to choose. I'll take the dog. Or do I want to go elusive on my opponent right now? We've seen them use one sharp sight, but I really want to see this animation. I'll take the dog because I kind of want draw. Plus as well, that would work with this. That! And then the little card thing. It also changes the deck. Look! My deck is now sparkly and starry. Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel with another deck today. This deck, the Random Epiphany deck, whereby yes, we are using that new very memey card, which is the, Starlit Epiphany, which is the replacing all of your cards with celestial cards. It actually does give it a little bit of a sparkle on the deck as well, which is quite nice to see. But yes, what we're going to be doing here is doing that. So we are using Zoe, because if we can level Zoe and then get into that move, then you just know that all of those celestials giving each other their own keywords just does become devastating. But she's not a necessity to level up in this deck. We're keeping like all of the standard Healy control stuff within Targon to be able to like manage our health to get to that point where we just get to making all those big celestials, mounting Scryer, making all of the celestials yet again cost less as well is very nice. And we do have Insightful Investigator to work with when we do use Epiphany, because Epiphany means that when we use that, all of our cards become Behold the Infinite, which is a 2-mana card. So the Insightful Investigator just starts to draw more of those cards and then gets you into more of those invokes and celestials and like banter that's going to be happening through that, and it just becomes a manner of choosing your destiny at that point. So that is what this deck is. I did consider running Victor because of the created cards that we're going to be doing, but I didn't want to give myself too many P and Z cards because I did still want to have Thermal Beam for a little bit of protection and Time Trick, as well as obviously the Insightful Investigator. You could technically throw Aurelian Soul into this deck, but I decided not to. But obviously, like you could definitely throw them into this deck. But this is what I've got for you today, so I hope you enjoy this deck. It's a really funny deck, so please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as obviously if you run this deck, let me know how it goes for you in there, and if you make any changes, let me know. All of these games were not streamed sadly, but you can catch me streaming obviously on Shameless Plug Time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you enjoy what you see, why not consider hitting that subscribe button and help me towards my goal of 5,000 followers / subscribers by the end of the year. But honestly, thank you all so much for watching, and let's just see how this deck did in a couple of matchups. Dragons! Good old dragon deck. Good time. So what we're going to be doing... Ooh, actually as well, they've got the beach thing as well, so that's very nice. I mean, do I keep it? It's such a late game strategy, I'm going to throw it back for the time being. I'm going to keep the Mountain Scribe though, and I feel like I keep Time Trick. The predict and draw just feels like... I mean, I got rid of you, and this is basically giving me another invoke thing here, but okay. Zoe is who I'm after, but obviously you don't always get who you're after, so I threw you back. Okay. Hope I find Zoe. Guess I could take the goat. Or Behold the Infinite. Like, we have got a Mountain Scryer, so by, like... It does start to mean that those invokes do actually... matter. Like, if only it was like, you know, maybe I should put Super Cool Star Chart in instead of this, in terms of like to be able to make sure that they're going to be cheap ones that are working here with this to begin with. But I wanted to go big and bold. That was what the plan was, big and bold. So this is when the scary time starts to happen with that deck. Is we start to get into the time where we can start to see. I mean, I guess I could have gone. I could have gone with grabbing Zoe from the deck. I demand satisfaction. I can heal that damage up if I really wanted to, but I want to throw down... I want to throw down Scryer, even though I assume that he will die. So, do I want to take Charger or Mentor of the Stone? Oh, sorry, which is that? I'll take Meteor Shower. Meteor Shower just means that it's something which does work against Shyvana, like in her first form. If they don't buff her with Sharp Sight or the little, the sacrificial lamb that is the dragon feed or whatever it's called. Right. I can wait. Well, I need to remind myself so we can throw down Zoe. I mean, actually, we can't throw down Zoe until they do their attack forward. Second Mountain Scryer with... I mean, the card that I want is the one which draws, like, every single time you play a 2-cost, it draws a card. That's the one who I want. Okay. I can wait! I mean, they're going to be grabbing the Mountain Scryer. So... Not who I was expecting. Okay, no, okay, it's because they buffed them. Ignore me. Okay. I could go for a... Power Cascade move. So what I could do here is I could go for a Behold the Infinite. Behold the Infinite! I'll take this. Go for a Power Cascade move. Just because it then forces more out of my opponent. Oh, that's the card I was after. Having this card with this actually becomes like a more what I'm after. Okay, Sharp Sight. I do have a Hush, which I probably should be waiting to use on, like, you know, something that's going to be a lot more relevant. But I'll take it! Especially considering the fact that my health is going down so much, I should probably be waiting for something which is far more relevant to throw that on. Oh, go on. Go on, let's do it. Let's waste the whole move doing this, even though, like, I know that technically what I probably should be doing is developing here. Okay. I've got heals. It's starting to get to the point where I will probably use this move. Because I do have you. It's okay. I mean, I said, like, you know, I have got trouble.
We wear red to honor the fallen.
Now, do I want to use Meteor Shower? Or do I want to develop? Like, that is now become the terrible question is which one is right and which one is wrong? I'm gonna actually throw down the Traveler because my friend no, like, you know, like, your mind wants to do something. I will take Golden Sisters because I need heals. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. This is the smart move. Do that, but that now means that this can be activated. Oh, like, do I do it now? This is so early on in the game. Like, this is like we didn't even get Zoe out to try and start leveling her up. Like, but I want to go for it. We'll go for it. No, Gomez. We have to develop more. I have to develop more. That is kind of like sealed. That I need to develop more. Or I could go for Meteor Shower to get rid of you because you're about to buff everyone and get rid of you. I know that they could still actually, because even if they tried to throw down a what's his face on top of you, like, I feel like I do that because that's gonna buff the other challenge units, and so that's the reason why I go like this. I'm probably gonna lose the Mountain Scryer obviously over to the Screeching Dragon, but is it weird that it's a risk I'm willing to take? So I lose you to gain you. No, but we can wait. I mean, I've got. Do I go? Oh, go on, Gomez, do it. You know you want to secretly. Do I throw down Zoe first? Actually, throw down Zoe just so we try to level her up. Although I'm about to be putting into the deck a lot of cards which are gonna be the same. So Zoe might not appreciate that, but let's do it. Come on, show me that animation. So firstly, we get to choose. I'll take the dog. Or do I want to go elusive here on my opponent right now? We've seen them use one Sharp Sight, but I really want to see this animation. I'll take the dog because I kind of want draw. Plus as well, that would work with this. That! And then the little card thing. It also changes the deck. Look! My deck is now sparkly and starry because all the cards in there are Celestials. That's nice. That's a nice little touch with the fact that it actually changes the deck. Okay, so do I want to throw down the Insightful Investigator knowing that now that does mean that I get a draw, or do I want to... I feel like I develop... Dogo. I feel like I develop Goat and Dog just because that way
just isn't the same.
I get a nicer amount of stuff on the board here. This feels nice. They can still Sharp Sight down my Zoe, and obviously they can challenge down my Zoe very easily. Yep, all of these things and more. Okay, it's fine. Could go forward. at this moment in time, if I go forward, there's no real bad trades without buffs. Obviously, they could throw down you on top of... Like, they could do some moves, but I feel like we do this because I want to be trying to trade down their decisions as much as possible.
You cannot sway me.
So we'll go like this. We are giving them a mana crystal, like an extra mana next turn. But I feel like I'm willing to do it. Potentially... I was actually no, they couldn't have buffed them for their way through it. It's fine. So they've still got the challenge unit, so they can challenge away things. We do... Like, so I feel like they grab the Traveler. We do have Sister. I've got a lot of different Celeste. I've got a lot of different things here. If we throw down the Insightful Investigator now, we start to get like all the draw coming off of that. So that's quite a big move. I feel like I want to throw down you. I want to throw down Mountain Scribe, but I don't know whether or not you'd get traded off. Okay. Sod it. I will go like this because I feel like I want heals. I know that Aurelian Soul is most likely coming for me very soon, but I still feel like I go with this move. I'm happy. Like, they could have actually gone into an Aurelian Soul move that turn, because that could have, like, with the extra mana crystal they had, they could have gone for it. Okay, so I want to throw you down on top of this, just so that it makes that trade harder. Obviously, they can still have a there's still moves they can have that allows that trade to happen, but it's slightly harder for that trade to happen now, because that would have been the easiest trade that dragon could have got. Okay, let's see how my opponent takes this. I so badly want to go for that Mountain Scribe move though. Like, that's every part of me wants to do that. I could actually guiding touch that. Okay. They kind of have to get rid of my heals. So go with this. Give myself more randomness of invoking. Okay. So want to throw down that Mountain Scribe. That Mountain Scribe to me is... What? No! No! Things just started working so nicely for me! How dare you leave? That was actually like such a good match, and I'm so... Like, I wanted to see where it was going to go. So, how dare you? Ooh, okay, we're against like the big boy deck, which immediately Hush. Hush is quite nice against this deck. I haven't got any other form of target though. Like that spell is very vulnerable to... that deck is very vulnerable to target. But if I don't have target, then that's where it falls apart. Okay, it's fine. I have all the Celestials. That's all I need. Screw the rules. I have Celestials. That's all I need to know. So we're gonna be okay, people. Don't worry. We might be a bit against the big boys. Hush is quite nice, as I say, but not having a unit to start off the game is also not what I'm looking for. So I could go with Time Trick into the hopes that I find something that's going to help me. Okay. The lurkers begin. And so it begins. I'm gonna take the Mountain Scribe. Mountain Scribe, the ability of knowing that those Celestials will cost like less, considering the fact that this deck is mostly built up around Celestials, I kind of have to go for it. But yeah, they've already forced in some damage. I have got a lifesteal unit. We can throw down Zoe. Expect Bone Skewer immediately. Plus side, I can actually get round Bone Skewer. I cannot get round that though. But I can get round Bone Skewer. So, I mean, I guess I theoretically can get past this, because all I've got to do is Hush and then use Power Cascade, so I can get past it. It's whether or not I want this to be like the Hush target, or do I want like Pyke or what's their face to be the Rek'Sai to be the target? Because obviously that's not good. That's not good. If they grab with this one, it's less likely, because obviously if I do that, it leaves me with 2 mana. which all I can do is hope that I find the 0 mana. I did not find the 0 mana. I might need to use you. Okay. We're going to be taking some damage, people. This is fine. I don't even need to use the Power Cascade. I mean, I guess I could use Power Cascade to trade, but I'll go like this. I guess I could actually use the Power Cascade to trade, which actually wouldn't have been like the worst decision. Use the Make It Rain, but then I go, ha! You think it's that easy to kill Zoe? I mean, admittedly, I'm still taking a bumload of damage from the other... like, the other units here are doing a lot of damage. So, I actually have to go into the lifesteal. Like, as much of me doesn't want to, I have to. So, or do I want to go with a little bit more development? Because I could also obviously go with Mountain Goat and Doggo. Let's go with Doggo first. I mean, the knowledge of having this, but at the same point knowing that it doesn't save Zoe. And, oh, there he is. There's the boy. There's the man. The man, the myth, the legend. So, ow. Owie. I guess I could still throw down Zoe. It's not ideal. It's not the way that I need this to go right now, especially with how much is going on in this board. Okay. Throw down you. Do I want to go forward with this just because at least it gives me a trade-off before like more damage comes out? I don't mind going for it, I guess. It would have been nice to put it in front of this one, but I would take whatever I can trade off at this moment in time. I do have a heal. And I have got like healing units, but obviously they're not as healing as they used to be. One day they were useful. Today they are not so useful. So Pyke is a problem, obviously, because he's getting closer and closer to that level up, which obviously makes him very scary. So they predict not into a lurker then, by the looks of it, they predicted not into a lurker. So I'm gonna sacrifice Zoe. I could consider this move, but I feel like it's... if I go for that move, I'm definitely dead. So let's go for a move where I'm not quite as dead as I could be. Okay.
A mountain speaks to those who listen.
Out of every single card in this deck, I think there's I can't remember how many cards there are which are P and Z, but I swear there's not many cards that are P and Z. Bone Skewer. Fair play. Fair play. So we know for a fact that he's on top of their deck and is going to be coming back. At least he's not coming back as a spell. That's the only positive there. So he comes back. Insightful Investigator could give me more draw, but at the same point, I do definitely need lifesteal units on the board right now. Okay. I'm going to take you so that I can make this one so I can get 2 of them out. Well, it's not what you want. It's not what you want. But okay, so they're going to be getting a free attack on me next turn. So I need to go with all the heals I can possibly manage. Give myself a bunch of heals. Potentially, do I want... if I go with this, is there anything that I'm getting out quicker? So that I'll go with draw. Go with this attack forward because it just means that at least I'm getting some heals. Give myself a little bit more heals going in. I do still have stars. Like, this is not actually the worst situation to be in. I could go with this just to see, like, you know, yet again, I could go for a little bit more draw going on right now because the only advantage I have on my opponent is that they've got less kind of draw stuff in their hand. I know they've got a Pyke in hand. I've not got a Hush. Like, Hush is technically what I really need, or some way of obliterating Older, which is so... I feel like that's Pyke. I think that's Pyke so that they get that spell. And then they've got the free attack unit. Ooh. Overwhelm. Overwhelmings. Okay. So I know for a fact that Pyke is on top of that deck. The Obliterate spell to be able to do a Pyke, or do I just want to start getting myself to the point where I can do a really powerful elusive attack on them? Like, I could go, like... my problem is I need to kill Pyke. Pyke is about to level, and once Pyke levels, that is actually like devastating times for the rest of my stuff. So, I kind of feel the obliteration of Pyke would be nice, but this is a really big unit, which is hard for them to deal. I'll take this. I've actually decided I'm going to go with you, because it is going to be a big-ass unit, which is going to be hard for them to deal with. I'll take the heals. I've got another heal thing here. A little bit of draw. So that's another bit of heals. I need to find Hush. Like, Hush is the card that I desperately need right there. At this moment in time, it is the card I desperately need. I could actually just go with Accepting, because then it means I can go slightly wider on my... But then I guess if Pyke's coming out, Pyke's going to be killing mostly everyone anyway, so I might as well get the tiniest amount of not dying as much as possible, because I know that they put Pyke on top of their deck and he's going to be striking out. Okay. So. I'll save the mana. At this moment in time, it's still not enough damage, but it is cheaper than what it would normally be to play. But I've got heals. So Pyke definitely comes out. Like, Pyke just jumps out, kills, and it does mean that Pyke is going to be killing. His strike actually goes through the spell shield as well. Okay, but Pyke being alive is not the one I needed in my life, but Pyke is doing a lot. So, that's the level up on Pyke. We lose the dog, which is why it didn't really matter if I would have kept the other dog alive, because they would have died this round anyway. Okay, so I can still throw out a little tiny bit more damage in on them. So, getting them down to 3, which is not good because I've still got many issues, but I do have a lot of heals. That's the other thing I need to remember, is I do have a lot of heals, and those heals might be enough to get me through. Probably not, but they might, and that's the important bit. So, they go like this. I can throw down the fangs. I've got a lot of damage coming in from you, but I said, like, you know, I've got the fangs, which I feel I have to play. Equinox to be able to remove that overwhelm, because if they develop this card, okay, they're not going to develop it, because obviously that's just a predict, but Equinox on top of this would have been like a lovely kind of thing just to help me feel that little bit more secure. But okay. I go up to 7. I can throw you down over here. Or do I want to go this and this? We go down by 5. We can throw... Right, let's work this out. Let's work out, is there a way? Because obviously this no longer does all of the health that it used to do. Okay. So I can heal myself like this. Do I want to go, like, elusively? They've not got a lot that helps them against elusives. Obviously, they could still fight. Like, they could top deck the absolute bollocks, right? So, let's go a different way about this. Let's do this, and then heal ourselves again. Because my opponent is going with the Billy Big Bollocks thing of thinking that they've already won the game. So, let's just, like, slowly but surely try to take away that illusion of making them think that they've won. Okay. So, we'll throw down you and get rid of this. I want to be throwing this down, but at the same point you need to look at what we're up against and what makes the most amount of sense. So, we'll go with this. And then throwing down that elusive is going to be the plan. Because even if this elusive dies to that strike, this should be my opponent dead. They were celebrating too soon! Hopefully, that's going to be Bones here, isn't it? So, that's devastating me, but we still get to keep this unit. So, even though we lose you, and we lose, we lose this, But we don't lose it again. We go forward. Shadow mode to my opponent. Let's also give them, because they were giving us this, so let's give them that back. Shadow mode to my opponent. You celebrate too soon, my friend. Too soon. Brovy's on the job with Shurima. I mean, there are actually some really aggressive things in Shurima, so I'm guessing this is a lot more aggressive than what I'm hoping it's gonna be. Okay, I could actually keep these drawers. Part of me is considering removing Spacey Sketcher, but I'll keep this hand. It's got a lot of draw, a lot of heal and draw. Although to be fair, at the beginning I'm not going to need the heal as much. That's actually a nice top deck. I will now go for Time Trick and hope that I find Zoe. But it is actually my attack turn, so the Mountain Goat has changed the game.
See the Devastian border from here.
I can wait because I know I've got a Power Cascade in the future. Like, I could have done that and accepted the trade, but it just feels like I wait. And so he waited. I'm going to go with Time Trick into a Hush, which actually, like, could potentially be quite a nice maneuver in the near future. I'll take that. I'll take it. And then what I want to do is, so we're going to get a little bit of mana. So throw down Zoe. Immediate avalanche. I mean, you know it could come. Like, avalanche honestly could come from my opponent. With this kind of a deck, I could actually expect it. I hope I don't see it, but I could honestly expect avalanche with this kind of a deck.
Gonna find a gift for an action.
Okay. So Zoe's about to die anyway, so we might as well get some value off of her.
Look out for Reavers.
Okay. We throw down this Power Cascade to try to help you out. Because let's face it, we know that Zoe's gonna die. So we might as well at least let the goat live.
Signal fire.
Okay. So what I can do is at least throw this. I could have thrown it on top of Zoe just to make them think that Zoe might have had a chance of trading, but I can accept knowledge that Zoe's probably gonna die. I could, if they develop, I can actually hush Zoe. Like if they developed, I could have hushed Zoe so she didn't have vulnerable anymore. But it's okay. I can accept. I can accept this. Yep. Finish her. Finish her. So.
First day on the job.
Throw down you.
Real.
The trolls are going to war. Okay. So. Right now, I've got a lot of 2-cost things in my hand, so at least a lot of draw is to be expected here. So, oh crap. Not what I wanted, but I guess I will still use it because it is useful to me. Okay. Behold the Infinite, or do I want a Power Cascade? I'm actually going for the Power Cascade. Out of this. I am actually going to use this because I'd rather use it than lose it, kind of thing. I want the Celestial. This could end up being very nice. Very nice. Or we could go for that big elusive. I will take this. Potentially, is this a Feel the Rush deck? Like, I could see this deck as being like a Feel the Rush deck. Okay. So, I wait. I'd rather keep the mana. Oh my god, it's a Howling Abyss deck! Not gonna lie, that was not the one I was expecting. That was not the one I was expecting here, but it does have a lot of, ability to be able to protect itself, then get to Howling Abyss. With Howling Abyss being that one cheaper.
Time to make an appearance.
Time to make an appearance, indeed. So, we do have Power Cascade, we do have a Hush. We can actually, kill you. We can also, if we use this, that'd be all of my mana, so I can't use a, what I would love to do is a crazy smart move, but I can't do that. What I can do is potentially Cosmic Creation, which although I really wanted to use you, this actually might end up being a nicer move to use next turn, just so everyone's buff. I do like having everyone being buff. Then we hold the fools.
Wrap 'em up tight.
I feel that Troll Chant is in that hand.
This is fun. Yes?
I feel that Troll Chant is in that hand. Okay, so I can kill you, but I also want to kill. I also want to try to kill Trundle before the pillar drops. That's where my mind is at right now in terms of like why I'm doing the move I'm currently doing. I'm telling myself I burnt the man who I kind of want to save, but it's okay. Throw down this because I want to try. I know that Troll Chant immediately comes down. It was to be expected. I could hush you, but hushing doesn't really like change the situation right now. So we accept the damages. We throw down Zoe. And then I'm thinking to myself, at least on the positive side, we can actually like potentially obliterate this. Like, this landmark needs to die. I've got so many other things that need to die. I really wanted to use this card, but I also need to be looking at what's in front of me. I need to look at what's in front of me, what's behind me, what's going on in every dimension, and realise that I need to remove both of these two things from the board. Obviously, they could just throw down another Howling Abyss right now, but this is where my mind tells me. I mean, the problem is that leaves me a 2 mana, which, sod it, we do it anyway. We do it! We do it! Okay. I am going to end up regretting this move, but it's the move I go with. Riot of Negation! Which admittedly could have been, it could have hit that as well, so there is like slight joy, but also terrible. I know that death is coming. Death is on my doorstep. It's too late. Okay, what do I want to do here? I kind of want to keep the heals. I'm actually going to get rid of the other veteran investigator right now. Silence. If only, I mean, I was going to say, if only you still had your 2 health stat, or attack stat, even with your 2 attack stat, that wouldn't really do anything for me right now. A stun. A stun is the only thing that makes sense, because it is the only thing where if they develop this to level Trundle, we can at least stun some things. Okay. So, if they throw down the pillar, which they don't, because they just immediately want to go forward, trouble is indeed coming at me. So, all I've got is Hush to stop this 5 damage from hitting me again. So, Hush to stop that 5 damage from hitting me again. I can throw down you over here. They're going to be getting that extra thing. They're going to be leveling Trundle anyway. I get 3 health. We can just see what we get. How close is Zoe, by the way? Zoe's still years away, isn't she? So it's not even like I'm getting that much off of Zoe by trying to do this. So we'll throw down the fangs. There's so many different things. There's so many issues. My main issue is Vi. Like, and the fact that there's so many more champions they can start getting out here. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Worrying is what they want me to do. It's a glorious thing that they're running, but worrying is what they want me to do. So we won't worry. We won't fail. All we've got to do is remember, I've got all the heals. I am Targon now. So, we throw down Trickster. Throw down, like, because the fact that all of these have now gone, like, most of these have gone into 2 costs anyway, so it's going to be a lot of draw. Oh, the draw belongs to me! And then when I lose my deck, I then give myself 20 more cards. Okay. If there was anything other than this, I would be in an okay spot right now. But right now, with what I'm against and the fact that I keep developing level 2 champions, it's not looking good. Okay. I do want to throw this down, but at the same point, I do need to think about mana, like, because of the extra draw it would give. But I also do need to think about mana, mana situations. Okay. So, if I throw this down, I can't develop one more. I can still see a Rite of Negation hitting me here. Like, I expect Rite of Negation at this point, because they've already thrown one down. So I expect another Rite of Negation. Or not. Okay, it's here. At least we managed to get this. It's not the best, and death will most likely still come for me, but it is something. And the fact that it gives me a little bit more life steal potential is quite nice. Okay. I'm just going to go forward with the elusive right now. I have got heals, and I've got a heal and a heal. Of course the freeze comes in. But at least that's not going to lifesteal. Like, there's probably more freezes ahead. But at least it didn't hit the lifesteal this turn. I could go into a Living Legends, although to be fair, I kind of want to get more things out of my hand before going into a Living Legends move. If I can keep the 2 Scryers, which I very much doubt I'll be able to keep the 2 Scryers, but if I can, okay, it's fine.
What a treat.
So, who are you grabbing? Who are you grabbing? Okay, so they're putting the lifesteal on the very end. So yep, so they're making sure that they're at least killing one of my Scryers, which is not the one that I want to see, but I can 100% understand and respect it. Throw down you. Okay, so I'm looking for that hush. Okay, an extra heal here is quite nice. Ooh, I'm gonna need this. Although I can't have this because I've got too many cards in my hand. I drew too much. I drew too much, Yugi! Okay. Before I lose this and burn this forever. Another Living Legends. I feel like we're going elusively on them. We just have to go with the hope that they cannot get past like all of the elusive stuff. It's fine, right? They can't get past all of it. We can do this. If we just keep throwing elusive stuff down, eventually they won't be able to deal with it. That's what I need to keep telling myself. Okay, because that as well is going to be a lot of buffs as well coming in off of this. So what we want to do is throw down Zoe. Potentially, do I want a Spacey Sketcher and actually get that value of that being on the board as well? Because you need to remember, we're going to be losing a lot. They haven't got any rallies other than if they've found Katarina. If they've found Katarina and they've got that rally, then Vi is an issue. Although we already knew that Vi was an issue. That's the level up on top of Brom as well. Okay, so when I survive damage, he just immediately gives them Poros. If they throw down Katarina, part of me's thinking, like, do I want to keep back for Thermal Beam? That's where my mind is at the moment, is thinking, do I want to keep that mana back in case they throw down Katarina? Because I mean, to be fair, if they do throw down Katarina, I'm in trouble, because they can at least throw her down twice and I can't survive all the damage. Okay, we'll wait and see whether or not they found her. Because it's who they throw down. That's what it becomes. It's like, who do you throw down? And hope that it's not the Katarina that I feel like it's gonna be. Because I can throw down Zoe. Can throw down this. Okay.
Cannot hide forever, Nasus.
There's still the chance of I mean, to be fair, you are a big problem as well. Katarina is still an issue, so that's why I'm waiting. I just feel like the plan there is just to wait. I could have, as I said, thrown down you and thrown down Spacey Sketcher, but I don't know, like, my mind was telling me, something in there was saying, wait. I mean, if you wanted me to soil my pants even more, thank you. You definitely have succeeded. I mean, that.
Push back the darkness.
Oh no, not Lucian. Okay, think, Gomez, think. So, we can stun. I feel like I want to go like this first, though. Equinox is not really helping me out in many ways at this moment in time, because like, they're all champions. I can still throw you down, which just means an extra plus onto this. I mean, I've got to go with everything I've got elusively. It is my best play. As much as me, like, I'm so glad that they burnt that. I need to hope there's not another Siphoning Strike in this hand right now, because a Siphoning Strike is not the one I need to see. The Siphoning Strike would be my ender anyway, like in terms of just like all of that. Oh, a true forcing that out, which literally I can't do anything about. I have got issues with Vi. I've got another heal to core, and okay, quicksand. So we do lose Zoe, because let's face it, they immediately kill, which is a shame, because now that means that like we don't have. It's really good moves on their part, really good moves, as well as it's like The funny thing is they're never gonna have the room to use that. Okay. The problem is if somebody dies, Lucian is laughing because then they get another rally anyway. So they kind of what they want to do is they want to trade Vi off. Because the plan's gonna be here, trade Vi. I mean, I've got so many issues, so many problems in literally like every space. Every single space here has got problems. Okay. Let's work this out. He's going to be doing that, which is also going to be rally. So they are going to be coming back at me again. Okay. I can't get myself to the point of... So... all I can do here is go like this. Hush! Actually might be clutch! Okay, so... because if I can stop the rally... if I can stop the rally, I might be okay. I mean, I'm not okay, but I might be okay-ish. Because that leaves me alive with 1 health. So, if I hush to stop the rallying, I live! I live with 5 health! And I've still got my elusive. It is all I've got as a move to try to keep myself alive. Obviously, Katarina is still a thing. And I know that Katarina is still a thing. Okay, I know that I'm in trouble. Every fibre of my being knows that I'm in trouble. But it's all I've got.
Come on in. Good times, good
The heal is not the one I need to see. Okay. Living Legends next turn is the move. Like, it just is the move. Elusive in here. Like, we need every point of elusive damage I can muster. So if I can throw down you, and you can find me at least 1 trickster. my opponent is just continuously at the point. I mean, like, all it takes is a siphoning strike. Like, siphoning strike does become, like, as I say, one of the biggest issues for me. I could consider thermal beam just to kill Brom, to know that Brom is dead, so that they're not challenging things where they want things to be challenged. I'm willing to go with that. Obviously they can find ways around, but I just wanted to make it sure that there's Trundle. So many pillars in hand. And also I said, like, this card continuously getting reduced. It's been reduced by 5. Never to be used. Right. I feel like I've got to throw down Living Legends in the hope that I find Trickster. Okay. Did not find Trickster. But what I do find is the ability to get this down in cost. Just by a little tiny bit. But that little tiny bit might end up mattering. Potentially, maybe. Who knows? Potential lethal. You're in Troll Lands now! That's the level I'm on! I mean, I've got to go. I've got to go. Even though I know freezes are coming, I've got, like, so many different issues that are in every way, shape, and form. I have got issues, but I have to go with this. I have to. Like, freeze! But they told you to freeze! There's gonna be, like, is there gonna be another freeze over here? There's not. Okay. What I need to remember is I have, like, they throw down another one of these. I've got another heal. I've got another heal here, and I've got another heal here. Zillion! So that does mean they're gonna. Actually no, because it's only when you play things and Zillion sees them being played that you get. So I mean, I guess that they could throw down a bunch of icicles, because you could throw down this over here and have another one in hand, which is just gonna activate Trundle more. So there is actually some legitimacy to doing that. I feel like I want to thermal beam down Renekton, because Renekton, like, but the problem is if I do that, I open up a space on the board for I open up a space on the board for them to actually use this, and they could use this on top of Trundle, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see whether or not, because I said my opponent can play the Ice Pillar. Because that actually wouldn't have been a bad plan, because that would have given him another 8 cost. Like, so. But obviously my opponent is wide on me as well at this moment in time, so there is also that. Like I could have developed. Oh no, not the one you want to see. Okay, all I've got is stun, and I guess stunning Renekton is my best hope. Stunning these 2 units, just because they're the ones who can go up more damage. Like, this has just become a game of... This has just become a game of trying to hold all the positions as best I can. Sejuani does level up from this turn. Okay, at this moment in time, they're not making anything, because that does nothing. Okay. Think, Gomez. Think. Just use all those brain cells. All those brain cells to think your way around this, Yugi! Okay, I kind of... But does that make you vulnerable to certain things if I do throw you in front of this? Because I'm thinking to myself, I want to throw you in front of this, but then at the same point, you are like my biggest attack in elusively. And so if I do this, and they have some form of buff, I'm going to feel like such a tit. But I do still have the other elusive. I do have the ability of using Star Shaping, which is I'm definitely going to be using it this turn to try and find another one of you or the Great Beyond. But honestly, like, my opponent, this has been a wild ride. I honor my opponent so much because like what they've done, like, and how they've made this game has been one of the most craziest, interesting games. Like, regardless of how this ends up. Yep. So then they use this and then get past. Oh, that is not the move I was expecting. The move I was expecting was for them to kill this. So, not gonna lie, was not the move I was expecting. I'm just trying to think, have they got anything which immediately hits core? Because obviously they've leveled up Sejuani now, but have they actually got something which will immediately level up core so that, like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to understand that move as to why that move was done. I mean, I definitely take you, because... Oh, no! Shenamue to my opponent! Really, honestly, really well played. Like, so many units, like, so many champions. Well played, Shenamue. Like, you gave me a game. A devastating game. From Flash of Brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.